All right, guys, here's the last section for this week. Rationalizing the denominator. All right, hey, make sure we don't have any missing work, okay, please. If you guys have things you're missing, let's get them turned in. You're gonna have a short quiz on Friday over these three topics, so do your best, all right? Okay, so rationalizing the denominator. We have to do this whenever we get an expression where we have a radical sign in the denominator, all right? And the way we do this is you just take whatever's in the denominator that you need to get rid of and you multiply the numerator and the denominator by that value, because we're just making a new equivalent expression, okay? 4 times the square root of 5 is 4 square root of 5. 5 square root of 5 becomes square root of 25. And if we did this right, that should simplify to where we don't have a radical sign in the denominator anymore, all right? So there would be our answer, 4 square root of 5 divided by 5. Okay, in this one, again, we can break this one up like this. Sorry, that should be 50. All right, I multiply everything times the square root of 50. And we get the square root of 150 over 50. I just skipped that step because you guys know the point of this is to get the radical sign away to have just what's left down here. Now this we need to break up. And when you do that, you're going to realize that this could break into 25 times 6. All right, so that's going to give us 5 radical 6 over 50. All right, and just so we're clear, right here you have 5 times the square root of 6 divided by 50. So you can simplify this and this because there's multiplication there on the top. So 5 becomes a 1, 50 becomes a 10. So your final answer would be the square root of 6 over 10. All right, so when you guys get this, if you can simplify at the end, please do that. Okay, here, we're gonna do the square root of p times the square root of p, right? So we get 2 times the square root of p over p, and that would be our simplified answer. All right, so I've got a couple more I'm going to put up here. Like I said, when you guys see these problems, if you want to try them, write them down, and then go over the answers with me at the end. Okay? All right, so the first one we're going to do is the square root of 2 over the square root of 5, and then we're going to do the square root of 3 over, let's go with 15. Okay, and the last one, 1 over the square root of 7r. Okay, so like I said, if you want to pause these and try them, go ahead, and then I'm going to go over the examples here for you. Okay. All right, so for this one, we're going to multiply by square root of 5. Because remember, we want to get whatever's down here away from there, right? So we're going to multiply everything by this, top and bottom. So we get the square root of 10 over 5, okay? Nothing else we can do to simplify it, so there's your final answer. For this, we can break it up into this if we want to first, right, just to see what we're doing. And then we're going to multiply by the square root of 15, top and bottom. Again, guys, when you do this, it cancels. So we're left with just 15, square root of 45. Okay, hopefully you remember that 9 times 5 is 45. So we get the square root of 9 times the square root of 5 over 15. And move this one out of the way so we can move this down. So we get 3 times the square root of 5 over 15, or square root of 5 over 5. Because it back to this part, 1 and 5. All right? Okay, and the last one I had up here for you guys was 1 over the square root of 7r. Multiply everything by the square root of 7r. And you get the square root of 7r over 7r. And that would be your final answer. Okay, Again, if you guys have questions on these, please ask. That'll be our last concept for this week. Good luck. Again, if you have any issues, email me, all right? Keep working hard.